Hey guys, it's Markcoos here, and as you can see, we're back playing My Club. In today's episode, we actually have 3 matches for you. One match which is there is a disconnection, so yeah. Actually, it's my end as well, so interesting. You'll see that in like 2 or 3 minutes. But yeah. Anyway, 3 matches for you. So the last 3 matches of Division 7. Do we stay in it? Well, we're going to stay in it anyway, but do we get promoted is basically the big thing of this particular episode. So first match, we get matched against a guy called Kamil Kuraz. Has a rating of 562. And if I remember correctly, he was in Division 4 or something. And I was like, why the hell am I being matched against this guy? He had Neymar, he had Ronaldo, he had Ibrahimovic, he had Toni Kroos, he had Wesley Sneijder, André Iniesta. He had an amazing team. Me, I still have the likes of Viriana and Mustafa. So yeah. So we're playing at Old Trafford in the rain, something a little bit different rather than just playing in the day, summer, fine. And we basically, this game was very interesting. Now, whenever I see Ronaldo, I think straight away, usually it's like, oh well, I'm going to lose this game. But in this particular game, I actually was like, no, I have to win this game, because if I win this game, I get promoted. That's how I felt. So in the first minutes of the match, I knew straight away that he was just going to maybe continuously just ping it through to Ronaldo or Neymar. And I was not really correct, but I was like half correct. So in the first minutes, like, he was putting me under ridiculous pressure. And eventually the game, like, sort of, every once in a while, just sort of stuttered here and there. And eventually he does get the ball with Neymar and pops it in with a really nice goal. The keeper should save it. It's right next to him. It's really easy, but for whatever reason, you know how keepers are in this game, they just don't bother to save anything. So yeah, he was making players make runs, but he wasn't actually picking them out, which was interesting. And in the 28th minute, I scored myself a nice little goal. Again, his keeper should easily save that, but I can't really say anything wrong about. Well, I can't really say anything right about goalkeepers. Goalies are just horrendous online. But yeah, in the 43rd minute, run down the right hand side, cross it in the left hand side. Sorry, cross it in. Willian heads it down. Keeper makes a really good save. For some reason, his defenders were like basically dead at half time. And the Bushi can't really do a really good header out, and Raul Garcia scores to make it 2-1 at half time to us. So I was like, 2-1, pretty good, considering that we're going up against Ronaldo, Ibrahimovic and Neymar. And like looking at the stats quite close, guys. Only had 2 shots. I was like, this is pretty good. In the 57th minute of the match, Ronaldo plays through Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Now the most annoying thing about that is that Ramos should have intercepted it, but for whatever reason Ramos decided not to intercept it, and it just basically pissed me off. But in the 68th minute of the match, Toni Kroos down his right hand side plays into Willian. Willian just runs basically at the defence, plays a nice ball back to Hernandez, and Hernandez pops it in the back of the net. Now, I knew this game was very topsy-turvy all over the place. Whenever he got an opportunity, he just popped him back in the net. Like, he had only like small amount of shots, and whenever he had those shots were guaranteed goals. And basically that was that. So the game ended 3-3. And of course, like I said, I needed a win to get promoted. So we look at the stats. The stats are ridiculously close. The game probably a draw was probably was the most realistic result. We go up rating 2 points, whatever. We got 12 points overall in Division 7. So we need 2 more points to get promoted. So I had 2 more draws or just 1 win. And I was like, couldn't really be bothered staying in the division. I just wanted to get out of it because of the fact, you know, you don't want to stay in divisions more than you need to. Considering I've already stayed in a division, Division 9 I stayed in, which was just ridiculous. Was it Division 10? I don't even remember. It was one of the divisions I had to replay it. It was ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, so looking at that, I was like, okay, let's go and let's try and maybe just get a nice, not an easy game, but it would be nice if we got like a guy who didn't have a crazy amount of good players. And in this particular game coming up, like I said, there's a disconnection on my end, and you'll see what I'm talking about, because it was just ridiculous. Now, eventually we do match up against him, but the guy, he was a good player. He completely dominated me, but his team wasn't really anything special. Rule Parabia, I'm assuming that's his name. Now the rating of 474, so 1 rating less than me. Rayo Batico, playing in a random stadium, random as usual. His standout players, Theo Walcott, Ibrahimovic and Schweinsteiger. He had Pep Guardiola as his manager. Wasn't really expecting anything too special, and I was like, okay, it should be pretty straightforward, just run down the wings and I should be able to win. But no, the game decided to screw me over. Now we're playing at whatever stadium, the Coliseo de la Deportes stadium, and the game kicked off, and I was like, okay, let's go. Should be okay, let's just attack down the wings, cause, like, of course that makes most sense. But in the first minutes of the match, Ibrahimovic just gets played well. He does a really nice little goal. He scores a really nice goal. It's like, fair enough, he actually completely outplayed me there. But then from that point onwards, just continued to play through balls through to Ibrahimovic. For whatever reason, I get screwed over by Sergio Ramos again. Ibrahimovic gets through on goal, scores to make it 2-0 and like in the first 20 minutes, and I was like, okay, really need to score a goal or else I'm not going to win this game or come anywhere near winning it. So in the 23rd minute, run to the left hand side with Ribery, runs past all three of his centre backs that were not even there, gets a strike away and he pops them back in the net to make it 2-1. And I was like, okay, pretty good, let's go and score another goal. And then he of course plays the through ball through to Theo Walcott through on goal, Theo Walcott's going to score, actually doesn't score, he actually hits the post. And then from that though, Lamela gets it, plays into Pereira plays into Walcott gets a strike away, keeper makes a really good save, and then the keeper should easily just get back up and save that, but 3-1 come up to the end of the first half, another through ball to Ibrahimovic through on goal, Ibrahimovic scores, at the near post as well, keeper should not be conceding there, and I was like, okay, get beat, get absolutely destroyed. In the 41st minute, get through on goal for Raul Garcia, gets a strike away, such a horrendous strike, and I was like, no. I was like, I cannot play the second half. There's no point playing, I'm not going to win the game. So I actually just quit the match now. I abandoned the match. Now, a lot of people don't know about this. A lot of people actually just continue playing for whatever reason because they think they can potentially come back. But I was like, no, I'm not going to be able to come back. Might as well just abandon it now. So I abandoned it. Technically, it's a disconnect. It's not a disconnect, but I like saying it's a disconnect. But abandoning the match, weirdly enough, or quitting the match at half time, gave all my players full stamina back. I didn't do anything special, it just gave me all my full player stamina back. So I was like, okay, thinking that that's a really easy way to get stamina back, just to quit the match at half time, if you really need it. So I was like, maybe I needed to test it out with the offline games, but if you need to get stamina back really quickly, just play an offline match, I would assume, get to the halfway point, and then just quit the match now. It would count as a defeat on your record against the computer, but you get full stamina back for everyone. Interesting. So, need to test that out, but I'm sure theoretically it should work. But into the last match of this episode. Now we get faced off against a guy who I think was probably from the Middle East, given the you'll see in a moment, given this team name. And I was like, okay, hopefully the connection will be good, or else it's just all going to go to hell. And this particular match was very interesting against QW144, rating 483. Now, his rating higher than mine, 19 higher than mine, and of course as you see there, I'm sure that's Arabic, or some, I don't even know, not good with languages, don't even ask me. But he had Ibrahimovic up front, Sanchez, Di Maria, Busquets, Luisao, Wellington as well at the back, had Kayer at right back, I think that's how you pronounce it. And of course his name came through with just blocks, because I was really actually quite, yeah, it comes through with blocks because of course they're using special characters. And this game was ridiculous. Now I knew I needed to win this game, so I played Neymar up front. I was testing it out playing Neymar up front instead of playing Hernandez, because of course Neymar's rated like 86 up front or whatever. And basically I get the ball away really cheaply to Di Maria in the 5th minute of the match. He gives it to Abel Hernandez. Hernandez plays for Alexis Sanchez. He gets a strike away, really good save from Buffon, and then Buffon comes out and does another really good save. Buffon every once in a while really surprises me. Majority of the time he concedes goals which he really shouldn't, but sometimes he just comes up with like really good saves. But then like in the game was very fast paced, because of course this is the last game of Division 7. I knew that if I won it I'd get promoted, if I drew it I'd stay in the division, and I was like, no, I need to win this game. So in the 29th minute of the match here, Thiago on the ball, waits for Abel Hernandez to make the run. Abel Hernandez just pushes Toni Kroos off the ball, he pops in the back of the net. When I look at like all his stamina of his players, again, everyone is basically dead at half time for him. So I knew that coming in the second half, I could maybe bring on some players and potentially like change things up and maybe win a game based off my substitutes. Now that's why I actually do. It really works out for me. But you'll see in a moment, like the stats, he was dominating the full game. I had one shot in the whole first half. When I kicked off the second half, passed it down to the left hand side, I had brought on D'Alessandro from Mustafa because I needed someone to go forward a bit more. And basically he hacked me in the 46th minute, and Ribery gets injured. he actually physically gets injured, but I don't notice it at the time. Looking back, I notice it, and I was like, it was like player injured, Frank Ribery, and I was like, goodness sake. But I didn't notice this when I was actually physically playing the game, because usually players don't get injured. So I was like, what the hell? Why is he injured? So when I took this free kick, comes to nothing. And then in the 40, like basically like a minute later, I'm running on the left hand side with Cabral, looking like, where the hell is Ribery? Where is he? And I could not find him. And I was like, what the hell? Where is he gone? And I was like, I'm going to make subs anyway. But then from that, he takes a throw in. Wellington makes a huge mistake. Gives it to Angel Di Maria. Di Maria crosses it in first time. Ibrahimovic pops it back in the net. And I was like, goodness sake, let's go check. Ribery injured. So I brought on Javier Hernandez, as you do, Chicarito. Moving to centre forward, put Neymar back at left mid. This worked wonders. He is one crazy super sub, Javier Hernandez, because basically from him getting the first touch, I pop him back in the net with Raul Garcia. Like his first touch was an assist. Then from kick-off, about 2 minutes later, I get the ball with Neymar, play it into Hernandez. Hernandez plays it back into Neymar. Neymar runs for on goal, gets a strike away, keeper makes a really good save, and Hernandez pops him back in the net. So literally 2 minutes later, it's 54:09 when I scored the first goal, 56:07 when I scored the second goal. And then another 2 minutes later, Toni Kroos on the ball, plays it into Hernandez. I wait for Raul Garcia to make the run. He makes the run, round the goalkeeper, pop in the back of the net, and I score 58-10. So between 55:07 and 58:10, no, not 55:07, what was it? It was 54:07 and 58:10. I scored 3 goals. But 10 minutes later, he goes and sweats it back and scores a goal for Ibrahimovic, and I was like, nope, I am not having this. I'm going to go score again. And in the 73rd minute of the match, Hernandez gets his opportunity, past Luisao, and pops him back in the net to make it 4-3 to us in the 75th minute. And then the guy just was going mental with always hacking, just continued to hack and hack and hack. Eventually, Ibrahimovic gets another strike away. Buffon actually comes with a really good save this time. And it was like sort of working in my favour, not really working, like half working, not working. Eventually, in the 10th minute of the match, in the last 10 minutes of the match, Hernandez really should have scored his hat-trick goal. But for whatever reason, I sort of panicked. Well, I didn't really panic, I sort of just took like too long, essentially. Had too much time, and I hit the post. But then in the last minutes of the match, he hacked me again, and I was like, mate, stop hacking me, you absolute, just horrendous guy. So I've been watching rugby a lot, and decided to take a really scummy kick in the last minutes of the match with Sergio Ramos and kick it right into the corner, so he had to take a throw in on his end. I get the ball back with Willian, I just run at him, probably should just shoot, but for some reason I decided to shot feint, get a corner kick from the corner kick, take it short, no, don't take it short, I do take it short, and I hit into the box. Like, I was like, no, I needed this win. It was quite scummy, but I mean, I just needed it. So, yeah, we win the game 4-3, and it will be really annoying if I get into Division, well, if I'm in Division 6 now, but if I play more games, and every single game results in these like 7-goal thrillers, I'm going to be really pissed off. But yeah, Hernandez, man of the match, went up rating 747, his rating 747 as well, and as you see there, 15 points, we get promoted. Woo! So we're into Division 6. Let's see how much further we can go, and some of your players aren't available next match. Yeah, Frank Ribery's dead, but yeah, one thing, got 40% win ratio, Division 6, here we come. So if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more, and catch you later.